This is my mom, and her name is Mrs. Sublett, and we just kind of wanted to talk a little bit and tell a story to you. Every year when I was in grade school, the first day of school, there were always some other girls in my room that had the same name that I have. A lot of mamas were naming their little girls Deborah. I wanted to talk to my mom about the story of my name. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little conversation right now. Now, first of all, Mom, how did you decide that you were going to name me Deborah?
Well, you know, your name is from the Bible.
Okay.
There's a lady, one of the women in the Bible is named Deborah, and I always liked that so much.
Now, did you ever think about, because I know a lot of Deborahs, and people call them Debbie. But now, you always told me that my name was Deborah, so why did you?
Well, I was just determined that they weren't going to call you Debbie.
Okay.
And I immediately told all my family and friends that your name was Deborah and not Debbie. And I went, your first day of school, I said, be sure to tell your teacher, do not let her call you Debbie.
I always remember telling my teacher that too.
Your name is Deborah.
Now, here's something I've never really thought about before. I wanted to know how my grandma, your mama, named you your name, because you go by your middle name. You'll have to tell them what your name is.
Okay, my name is Jessie Maxine.
Now, how did Grandma come up with that name for you?
A good friend of hers was named that, and she named me after her.
When you grew up, did you know that was your namesake? That was the lady?
Yes. She gave me a little gold locket, and it was a little heart. It was one of those little puffy hearts. And when you were a little baby, I let you wear it, and you chewed it up.
Oh, my goodness. I chewed it up.
Chewed it up. And I was real disappointed.
Well, so that's the story of your name. I didn't know that. Yeah. So, okay. Well, I thought it would be really fun for you to go home and find out the story of your name. And you might want to try some of the same questions that I've asked my mom.
You want to know about your name? Okay, how'd you get Kevin? Okay, I got Kevin because your dad's name is Kevin, and he wanted your name to be Kevin.
Because it was handsome.
Yeah.
Your daddy wanted to name you Tila, and I didn't like it. So we kind of bargained together, and so we nicknamed you Tila. That's why you got the nickname Tila. And I went with Heather Alicia.
And who gave suggestions? My sister gave suggestions to you. When she first looked at you, she wanted you to name you Chad, but I named you Brian. So I liked that name.
Did you name your child after a relative?
No.
Friend?
No.
Okay,
you want to know who it was? It was a person on TV. There was a show called Heart to Heart. And there was this girl on there, and on the show, her name was Jennifer Hart. And I thought, I like that name. And I liked the show. They were such a sweet couple.
We're supposed to draw a picture about where your name came from. So how are you going to tell them you got your name?
By my grandfather.
By your grandfather and your father.
Her middle name is after her grandmother's, my mother.
Okay. Tamika, what is your middle name?
Domingo Padilla Shai. Lachey.
Okay. And that was after your grandmother?
My mom named me after my dad's name because my dad's name was named after his grandpa's name.
So you have a grandpa named Jeffrey and a dad named Jeffrey, and now you're Jeffrey.
Yeah. When I was being delivered, after they seen that I wasn't a boy, my mom let my dad name me, and he chose April Marie. My name's Moon, and it's a word from Vietnam. It's like always, I think it's always, I does always something. I always do something, I don't know.
Okay.
But if my name was a boy, my father would name me Christopher, because in Vietnam he always cut my hair like a boy.
He did? Okay. Why? How come? Why did he always do that?
Because our house never have a boy. There's just only girls.
How many girls are in your family?
6.
6 girls, okay. Well, let me ask you something. When you did your homework, did you like doing your homework?
Yeah.
What was the best part about it? Why did you like doing it?
I like talking to my grandmother because I asked her if where did she get her name from, and she told me her father named her, but I couldn't ask her father because he's dead.
Well, but you went back to your mom and your grandma and you found that out. So you enjoyed talking to your grandmother even about it. Okay, Heather?
Because I didn't know where my mother's name came from.
Okay, and you learned more about your mother. Lewin,
I like asking questions.
why do you like asking questions?
Because, I don't know, but I think this is the kind of thing because we get to know lots of things and they get to answer.
Okay, Jennifer?
Because I like sharing it with my class.